Hey, glad you can make it. Welcome to Fantasy Dad Pods, where dad bods are glorified and dad jokes are encouraged. I'm JT, accompanied by Sean. Sean, how we doing?
We're doing good, doing good. We update on the house. We got some concrete laid finally in the front yard. So it's looking all nice. It can't be I did the thing where don't touch it for 48 hours. I touched it today to see if how squishy it still is. We're good. We're good. Didn't move at all. So I only
Oh,
checked it because a piece of I don't know, we had a little wind but not a lot. A leaf blew on it. I'm like, do I have to go get that? How fresh is this concrete? We're good. Let's report back. We're okay. So tomorrow the 48 hours is up, and I'm ready. Kids can go. I can park there, all that jazz. So we're good. Yeah, concrete. It's been a couple of years coming, and I'm excited. I'm excited to have an extra spot to park or do something. So we hadn't been using it. We let it die for 2 years, and I'm like, it's an eyesore. Let's get it done. So my wife wants to do trimming with plants and stuff and that. So the whole thing's a long ways off, but at least we got the heavy duty dollar bills out of the way. So
nice.
I was out of town and I let my grass die a little bit. Grass is looking green. Been pumping it full of water right now. Getting kind of going overboard right now. So, but it's getting green. The dead spots from when I was gone are going away. Came out. I also discovered JT, my son. I just don't know what to make of him when he plays t-ball. He told the coach he's a lefty. Or wait, he told the coach he's a lefty. Then we went out back hit yet the other day, and he hit righty. I was like, which one's the one that you like to hit with? And he's like, this one. I'm like, it's gonna change tomorrow probably. So we're going there, and he doesn't hit it very far on a tee, and we're watching it, and I make him use his metal bat, the one that weighs more. I'm like, let's use this one, and I'm throwing it to him, not underhand, overhand, tossing it to him, and he's cranking them, hitting every other one. And I'm like, and she's like, he's hitting it further than the tee. I'm like, well, yeah, it's there's some, it's physics. I'm giving him a little bit of speed here, but yeah, he's just cranking them. And she's like, he hits it better off of this than I think he makes more contact at a higher percentage while you throw it to him than off the tee. I'm like, yeah, he should just skip t-ball. It's actually he does not like hitting off the tee, but it's funny when you probably see this with kids when they're on the tee, they just swing with all arms. And I always tell him, use your legs, get your power, go there. Doesn't do it still to this day. I throw it to him, leg.
Yeah,
It's a perfect swing. I'm like,
like a timing.
and so in my head, I'm like, she's like, you should skip it. And then he just started doing it. I was like, you know what? It is just hurting his ability to play baseball. He's not swinging right. He doesn't know what side he wants. He's not hitting it that often. And I throw it to him, and he's like, we got this. And just raking it. It'd probably be everything's in the air to at least the dirt in the infield. It's just boom, boom, boom. Dead pull hitter though, by the way. There's no oppo power. It is. He yanks these. He's so pull. I'm like, you gotta get some of these fair, dude. But he makes contact. But because I should throw it a little faster because he's so quick with the bat. He's just. I'm like, throw it. And he's just he's so out in front of it that he's just and he's pulling everything like crazy. So he's got my time. What I'm saying is I'm not telling my pitches very well. He's got my time. He's timed me up. He knows when to swing. So he's cranking them, but we'll see how it goes. I'm kind of working with him in this step, but and I report back next week. So this week he was all lefty in the game, backyard all righty. See what he does on Saturday again, but see if he gets another game where he flips back and forth. I don't know, because someone's like, oh yeah, I feel like he does this, and I'm like, I told the coach, I go, Coach, he just grips the bat and rips it, and I feel like it's 50-50. Because kids really know what they are at this age. But I'm like, no, this kid it's what it is. He grips it and rips it from either side right now. So he truly is one of those switch hitters at this point. So I'll see what it is. But we'll report back what he hits on this weekend. But yeah, I don't know what to make of him.
The T-ball level, I think the wording is by the end of the year, the coach should challenge them in a game to coach pitch, and then if they don't succeed, you go tee to finish. We're in the second half of the year, so technically that's the end of the year. You should just say, "Hey,
did that last week." Yeah.
Okay, so now's the time. It's May, and if you just say, "Hey, do you mind pitching to him or any other kid?" He should be for it. So.
Yeah, he's ripping it. I think he's ready. I think he's kind of one of the, because he does this with his martial arts class too. At home, I'm worried he's gonna put a foot or a fist through a wall, and he gets to the class and he's like, eh. To the point where like, just go, man. Like you do this at home. I'm like, don't do it at home. Do it here. Let it all out. T-ball. Let it all out here. Taekwondo. Let it all out here. And he's just like, I'm like, you're so like at home. You're just like cranking, ripping it, just boom, 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 boom. I'm like, you're afraid you're gonna hurt the tee or something like that at T-ball. I'm like, so I'm worried when they're gonna throw it. He's gonna be like, do I swing? Like, do I? I'm just like, let it go, buddy. We practice at home. He's gonna underhand toss us to you. I overhand throw it to you, and you're like, let's go. But that's I think it's all a little shyness with him. That's what he's got. He's got a little shyness to him, and when people are watching him, and he needs. I'm like, dude, buddy, because he doesn't want. I don't think he wants to mess up in front of people. And I'm like, you can break this board. You can just like you could tank this ball, but you gotta like just trust that you can do this. And I don't know how to get him to do that. But we'll see. We'll see. I will keep working at it. He's getting better than he was at soccer. You saw that firsthand. And he's actually participating, and so maybe if we keep doing it, he'll keep going. So baby steps, but he's playing. He does it. He likes to show up. So we'll see. We'll see. How about your boys?
Let's see. Youngest really turned a corner in the last like week and a half. We got the hand-me-down like net that you can hit into in the backyard. So I set up the tee, and it's just like they just do that a ton together, or they'll like play catch with each other. It's kind of fun to just see them naturally just start doing stuff together.
Yeah.
And so the youngest, he's really turned a corner. He's really hitting well, and then he just thinks running the bases is something that like we all get to do, and it's fun. And I'm like, they will tag you out, and when he gets tagged out, 9 times out of 10 he's gonna go down in like a heap, like, oh, he shot me.
Like a sniper.
No. Yeah. And so it just, he thinks it's a game, and I'm like, it is a game, but the game is to be safe, to get to the bag before the ball gets to the bag. Yeah. And so if you don't, you're out, meaning get off the field, go sit on the bag. So it's trying to incentivize them to like, oh, it's more fun if I get to stay on the field. So anyways, but the whole team's coming together. We're making outs, and like at the coach pitch level, I don't even know if I have to throw many kids more than like 2 or 3 baseballs. Like they've got it down. So it's a lot of fun with that team. And then the older one, AAA, he gets to start tomorrow, and the coach is like, I'm going to just let him eat whatever 75 pitches is his max for his age. Whatever that gets me, I go, Coach, you'll get at least 3 innings out of him. Like,
there you go.
And he's like, wow, I just looked at his stats for the year. He's thrown like, I think 5 or 6 innings. He's got like 8 strikeouts and 1 walk. That's amazing. And I was just like, in my head, I was like, where have you been? This is what we do. We pound the zone, Jamie Moyer style, and it either we get the out or they are swinging at the super change.
Yep. Yeah.
You ever play that Ken Griffey 98 video game?
Yes. Yeah.
And with that, like the whole thing, that one pioneered like the silhouette of the bat with that little contact spot, right?
It's the first one I remember.
That's what I remember.
Yeah.
But I remember Jamie Moyer in that game. He had a changeup and the super changeup in his arsenal. I just remember that for some reason. So that's what my oldest has. I asked him about it like 2 weeks ago. I was like, hey, when you pitch, like what's your approach? What are you trying to do? He's like, I'm trying to make it like, I'm just trying to throw it in the strike zone. And I was like, okay. So he's like, however fast I can throw, but I need to control it. I don't want to walk him. Like it's like he just takes pride in not walking. And I'm like, I'm fine with that. I know he can throw harder.
He's George Kirby, soft tossing George Kirby.
Yeah, like he can throw harder, but I guess for some, he's saying that in order to control it fully, he needs that's the speed. And I'm like, well, he's pretty slender, so maybe he'll grow into it. But the coach was like, yeah, I'm gonna just let him ride tomorrow. I was like, sweet, let's do it. So I didn't tell that because last time I gave him something that kind of big, like a heads up, was like flag football this last fall. I was like, hey, you're the starting quarterback, game 1. Congratulations. And he like that morning he was like, I have stomach pains. I need to go to the bathroom. I'm warm. I'm hot. I'm cold. I need to roll the window down. I need to roll the window up. I was like, what are you doing? Like he got in his own head. He got way too nervous about it. So I didn't say anything today. The game's tomorrow, so
there you go.
So I was like, just be ready to pitch. That's all I kind of said.
So I feel like that's gonna be a trend when he's in the majors. It's gonna be the one team where they're like, who's pitching? We don't know. Garrett today. Like, they don't even let him know. They're like, you don't get a routine. You're out there. He's in the dugout. Hand him the glove.
Like, yep, and then his personal assistant will just not even let him keep track of a calendar, so he doesn't know it's like every 5 days. Yep. It's just like, oh,
yeah, he'll be in the dugout, and they're like, all right, they hand you the glove, go out there. You can't get nervous if I literally hand you the glove to stand out there, right?
Like, yeah, you get it done. What? Oh, yeah, okay.
We're throwing, guys. I got a shove for 7 innings today. Like, no big deal. Like,
yeah. So we'll see how his. So he's 3rd grade. So let's see. This is the first year of state testing. It starts next week. And so that's the same mantra. I'm just like, he knows it's happening. But like that first day, I'm just going to be like, hey, have a good day at school. I'm not going to like,
nothing
put in pressure.
Yeah.
So
do what you can. Do what you can.
Yeah. But yeah, what are we on? For me, this is, so I did have Sunday off. No baseball Sunday. We didn't even go back like to do work on anything. So I literally pulled weeds, sprayed weeds, mowed.
We were weekend weeds day too. Yep, Sunday.
Yeah, let's see, fertilized. Oh, this was fun. You'll appreciate this. I mow and I'm like, okay, now that I mow down, like you can kind of see the bare, like the dry spots and the wet spots a little bit easier.
Yep.
And I'm like, these seem kind of weird. I'm wondering if my sprinklers are not turning. Like I could just see these weird lines.
Yeah.
Where it's only getting wet. So because it's kind of like random time, I'm not really seeing it during the week. Turn them on. Sure enough, all 7 in the front don't even move. They're on full. Like that's not a problem.
But they're not.
But they're not moving. So I replaced all 7 sprinklers on Sunday on top of all that. And I was just like, I love this. This is my one day off from baseball, and I'm just doing all this dad chores.
You got it.
Because we just went through. Yeah, what do we do? We have practice or a game 6 days a week, and Sunday's the off day. And I was just like laundry, and
you got to make it up all the week. You got all the jerseys and all that stuff to do. Yeah, I did that this weekend. I double checked some areas I wasn't hitting right, and so I had recalibrated. I checked, very early on. I was like, let's see if these are moving. I just did the whole, like, are they moving? Yep, okay, we're good. Mm-hmm. Didn't have to replace any this year. Had to replace 4 last year, but none this year. Yeah. So pretty lucky. But I thought I had to replace 1, but because it wasn't moving a couple times in the morning when I would check when I walked the dog really early. Mm-hmm. It wasn't moving. And I kind of gave it, a couple days of like, because I don't have time. I'm like, I don't have time today. It's a Tuesday. I don't have time to change it right now. And then I've come back and it's just working fine. So I'm like, okay, well, I don't know what I did over the 3rd day, but it's working. So I haven't had to change anything, but I definitely had to. There's a couple spots if you drive by my house, the front by this tree, it's just not getting. It wasn't getting enough, so I had to adjust some lengths and some radius of what some of these sprinklers were doing. So there. I was there for sure. Well, speaking of radius, Naga strained left hammy. Less radius of movement in the leg. I don't know. It made it work. I landed it, I think. It was a little bumpy on the landing, but I think I nailed that transition. Yeah, he's on the 15-day IL. Hammies, who knows? Well, covering first too. We gotta get the big bases. Yeah. Gotta get the big bases.
See, that's the thing. Like we gave everybody DHs because we didn't want pitchers to. We don't want pitchers to field is probably in the next decade or two. So they're just gonna.
Where do they stand? Like right behind the pitcher, or in front?
They'll have a designated fielder for the pitcher.
There we go.
Pitcher's behind like an L screen only, and then there's someone like off to the side, just like Kike Hernandez, protective helmet on, ready just to be the fielding pitcher.
Oh yeah. Role. Yeah, just ready, just like, and they're like sitting on a bucket too. Got to pop up. Yeah, like boom. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Jordan, 10-day IL, inflammation of his right hand. As someone who doesn't field, that's weird.
Yeah, I think he had inflammation in his right hand like 2 years ago, which is kind of like a little bit of a bugaboo because I don't think he got hit on it or anything. It was just dealing with it. So I think this was super cautious type of move. So hopefully he's just shut down for a few days and then just works back up.
Who else you see, JT? Who else?
A ton of Dodgers.
Yeah.
Like Teoscar. I mean, what he was competing for a home run lead here and there, top 5, and now he's left groin strain. But most, what was it? Edmund, right, on the IL. But the big one out of that is Hae-Seong Kim, technically the prospect, but from the KBO league, got pulled up second baseman. He was raking in AAA, and so he comes into his first game, goes 2 for 4 with a run, a ribby, and a stolen base. No big deal.
No big deal.
But man, down in AAA, he was slashing, what was it, 252, 328, 470. So really solid, nothing crazy. 5 home runs though, and I mean, it's just like 13 stolen bases in 28 games.
Yeah.
So he's producing. So
there we go.
It'll be fun to see him. It's just kind of like this. I don't even know. I don't want to equate him to another KBO guy, but it's just a line drive, get on base. It's just very Asian hitter. It's Ichiro. It's just put the bat on the ball, speed, run on the base paths, and just be a nuisance to the pitcher.
Yeah. Walker Buehler, 15-day IL, right shoulder bursitis. No structural damage. Again, don't know what that means. He's going to play catch on May 7th. Tristan Cassius, 10-day IL, left plantar tendon rupture. Ooh.
Yeah, he's gone for the year.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Okay.
He did the whole Mike Trout. Like, it looked like the same play as Mike Trout, running down the base towards first, big step at the end, and a big tree fall hard for Tristan there. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So
we need to get some. We need to figure out some like air cushion base paths or bases or something like that. Yeah, they're just knocking fools out left and right.
I don't think you want that either. Have you ran the bases at the Little League field recently at all or anything?
No.
Don't step on it like you would a normal base. It is like a spring inside of it. I like you just jolt your knee and you're like, oh, geez, like they are super bouncy. That's what. So I'm like, I don't want that either for the majors.
Okay.
But
anybody else you're seeing here? I've seen a lot of working back from stuff, but
yeah, what was it? Did Strider go on the IL since we last talked?
Yes, he had been. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, that's kind of a bummer, but hopefully it's nothing big. I mean, it's a hamstring, so it's really not related to him coming back from his elbow. But it just. I don't know if it's a literal quote or a quote taken out of context, like Onion style, but he was just like, I just need to throw hard. The biggest thing I should have is a big mustache. I don't need big quads anymore. Like small quads are still functional or something like that. And it just sounded so obscure. I was like, I don't know if this is real or not, but it was kind of funny either way. But
is it funny that they say Strider has of course they're like, turn off the mound ball when you're, and then they're like the lower ones like Ronald Acuña's quads are good as well. Just so we know, just so we're aware, quads along the Braves good.
Right.
Check. What's not good? Well, oh no.
Oh, I did find one more.
Yeah.
Corbin Burns. Yeah, there's quite a few pitchers just recently
scratched. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Scheduled to make the start though, right?
Yeah, which is really not that warm and fuzzy because I swear it's against the Dodgers later this week.
Yeah.
So especially after a scratch and then you get the Dodgers, it's like I will sit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I didn't even realize Justin Martinez, right shoulder inflammation. He's already working his way back to to pitching, but Arizona's without Puck and Martinez of recently, so I didn't even realize that.
We'll see who Arizona, man. I don't know what to make of them, but I do know what to make of Big Christmas. Hitting balls 450. That's what I know. That's what I know how to say. I did see. Now this isn't completely up to date. It was a couple days old, but did you see who has the longest home run this season and the shortest home run this season? They're the same person.
No way, really? I don't know.
Mike Trout.
Okay.
I stole that from the Twitter guy, the White Sox guy who memes a lot. The White Sox guy we followed, like something like that.
Kuda?
Yeah,
Kuda. Like that?
Yeah, that's it. Shout out. But yeah, he was like longest and shortest home run, same guy. So shout out. But
nice.
that was a cool stat. But yeah, he was in the 450s clubs, and now Big Christmas there as well. For context, the next highest person is 12 feet shorter. So and it was not in Colorado. So Big Christmas, big tree fall hard.
You know how we're like, I don't know, I've seen the rumors going around how the ball might be a little bouncy this year.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you look at, and I know it's just 1 week. I mean, we're just pulling data from our last pod, this is data from April 28th till May 6th. But like the longest home run and the only one is over 450. And then everything else is like, that seems like a really weird time to, we're just rolling into May and the weather's getting warmer and no one's hitting it deep for a week. Just seems kind of weird. Just want to just say it out loud.
I mean, Aaron Judge is only up here one time. Even Aaron Judge isn't going crazy. So
blasphemy.
I know. He's only hitting 412. I'm just saying that, he's just hitting 412. He went 1 for 3 today with a walk, and it made his day worse. And his OPS went down.
Right.
Like he had a home run and a walk, and then he goes out the rest of the time, and his OPS and batting average dropped. It's a tough life, Aaron Judge. It's a tough life you live. He is 10th on this list, right next to Austin Riley. There we go. I mean, we talked about Alec Burleson, didn't we, the other day? Like, I thought you were like surprised he was here, and here he is again. I got to be honest, JT. I have not paid attention to what that man has done this year. Have you been paying attention?
Yes.
And good, bad, or
Alec Burleson, mid to
Okay.
But his boy Brennan Donovan, fire. It's been pretty lit this year.
Wow, you're slay.
Yeah.
We're hip. We got it. We figured it out. Pete Alonso, of course, slaying. There we go.
What is with Pete's on base percentage? Like, holy cow!
I heard someone talk about him. They're like, "Look, he's all mad that he got a very short deal, everything like that." And someone's like, and he was like, they were wondering when the cliff was coming. And he's having his best year, and then someone's like, "Yeah, he's gonna get paid." And they're like, "Is he?" Because they're like, he's just a year older, and the cliff will more likely to come. He's not gonna do this again. So like.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, what do you do if you're Pete Alonso? Like you're kind of in this weird limbo where you're just like, yeah, your skill's not going to age very well, and then he's like, well, yeah, I'm doing it, and they're like, well, yeah, but it's not that you couldn't do this, but it's that it's not going to last very long. You can't prove in 1 year that it's not going to last very long. So it's almost double scary how good he's playing right now because they're like, oh gosh, it's really coming. So
mm-hmm.
I thought it was really interesting. I was like, yeah, I can't really dispute it. So, actually, I just realized 3 Yankees in a row there. Paul Goldschmidt, man, too, JT. We are a month in the season, but have I ever whiffed harder on a preseason with Paul Goldschmidt? I put all the eggs in that basket, didn't I?
Yeah, I don't know. It's the weirdest thing. Like, not only recent track record, but he's notoriously been a slow starter just to a season in general.
Yeah.
So like it was like the perfect storm to just write him off, and he's just like, New York, baby.
Yeah.
Honestly, is the whole Pete Alonso, Paul Goldschmidt, is that a Soto Judge kind of after? Like, is that an effect of batting near them in the lineup?
There's got to be something there, right? Yeah, there's got to be something there. I don't know how much is there, but there's got to be something. But yeah, he's just man, I mean, it's not like he's like tearing the cut, like killing it. He's only got 3 home runs, 2 stolen bases, but almost a 900 OPS. I just, never saw that coming. And so, yeah. All right. So far, 1 month of the season, you got me, Paul. So, but yeah, he's up here next to his boy Aaron Judge, Paul Goldschmidt, Aaron Judge, and Pete Alonso. The sandwich we all thought was going to happen. Jorge Polanco also right up here. Which, Jorge Polanco, Aaron Judge, best hitters in baseball right now. Obviously, we should have marked that down on the calendar. We all knew that was happening.
Yeah, I did not see that in my crystal ball.
Yeah, probably some people should have seen that one coming. Let's get some exit velos, unless there's anybody else. Let's see here.
These exit velos are pretty healthy though. Those home distances.
Man. A 119.
Yeah, I think that's the new high for the year.
I would think so.
Because O'Neal Cruz was 118 last week twice.
Yeah.
I mean, he put up another one this week, but yeah,
he's got
Ledito
he's got 2
with the 119.
Gosh, there's a lot. Actually, you're right. There's. I feel like 115 is pretty high, pretty good mark for the week, and we got like a bunch of dudes up here. Shohei Ohtani, whoever that guy is, big Christmas again. Not the home run because the home run's a little bit further down. You have Vlad O'Neal Cruz up here, Christ. Camilero. Pete Alonso up here a couple times too, seeing that face. This is like a who's, honestly. Oh my gosh, I scrolled down even more. Pete Alonso, Manny Machado, Juan Soto, Ohtani, Aaron Judge, Vladimir Guerrero, Juan Soto, Jordan Walker, Bobby Witt Jr. Okay. And then Corbin Carroll down here. Man, it's funny you see some like dingers, you're like, who's that guy? This list right here, JT, top 20, you're like, other than like Ramos, you're like, I know all these people are superstars. You know what I mean? If they got an MVP vote, you're like, yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe other than Big Christmas, but he's just going to hit the ball super hard. But everybody else, you're like, yeah, that guy, if they want an MVP vote. Because O'Neal Cruz is like the one outlier, I would think. But it's more of like a can he put it all together type thing. Because sky's the limit, man. He hits the ball 118 miles an hour. He hits the ball so hard off the wall, they're single. Not in Boston. So there you go. So
I know. Actually, 4 of the top 5 were singles.
Yeah, they're just.
And Ohtani was the only lone home run at 117.9. Yeah, Ledito 6-degree launching on a changeup middle, like single.
I mean, you can't say he didn't make solid contact.
Right.
Just that launching a little bit up, but hey, you make contact at 119, good things are going to happen. You're going to find a hole if you hit it a billion miles an hour. So there you go. All right, I want to get into some let's be negative Nellies this week, JT. Let's do it. We're going to do some ad drops, but we're going to kind of look at some drops. And I want to do this by this way. I'm sorting up by positions because we got some time to chat. We can go kind of quick, but I got some guys we got to talk about. So I'm going to go first base. Is that okay?
Okay.
Start by that.
Yep.
I'm using some consensus percentages here across a couple of the platforms, so we'll be a little different here. Alex Bohm, 66% rostered.
He's
got a 500 OPS. And these are the last 30 days. He's a first baseman. Again, do I need to elaborate? 500 OPS is first base, like 66% rostered. Like what are we doing?
Yeah.
He's not the guy who. He's always been the guy who's like on the cusp, and you're banking on the cusp, and unfortunately, that's not like. He's never been like a crazy superstar. You're like, oh, he's got 20 home runs. Oh, he's got 15 home runs. What can he do? He's got, X, Y, and then he starts out like this, and I'm like, he's not a guy that's, it's not like I don't want to say Juan Soto, but it's like not a Juan Soto, doesn't have a crazy track record. So why are we still holding on at 66% of like what could be? I'm not sure. Maybe like this is him for the full season, but even like let's say his upside, it's not great. It's not great. So I think it's time to get that percentage definitely below 50%. I think Alex Bohm needs to be sell.
Yeah, I mean, not to pile it on or stack it up, but Jake Berger, like I just realized he just got sent down. I think today.
Oh, he got sent down. He got sent down a little bit ago.
Oh, was it? Okay.
During the Mariners series, so through 3 days ago. Yeah.
Man, they're really changing things up in terms of hitting over there. They got Brett Boone is the new hitting coach. And
they're I'm
Yeah,
going through it right now.
Burger got sent down. Although I feel like if you're like between Bohm and Berger, I think if you're wanting to maybe take a flyer, I'd rather maybe stash Berger because I
Yeah,
feel like the power's going to be there and
I'd
just
agree.
something's different.
Long term, I
Where
trust Berger more.
Baum just is kind of like he's on a great team and should get counting stats, but I don't think he's the one like producing that. I think he's just a part of a WRC plus effect type of vibe. But
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah. No, I agree. I think Berger, even though he's sent down, I think it's a temporary thing. Like Jock Peterson's got like a 400 OPS, or at least he did at one point relatively soon. So it's like
mm-hmm.
it's not just Berger, but it's just more of like, did he must have had options still or something like that. He must have been one of the guys that had options. They're like, we got to do something. So
Yeah,
yeah, I just again I didn't believe in that team, but
man, I feel like the first names I keep seeing. I'm just like I was gonna say Tristan Casas, but he ruptured his patellar tendon. So, and then Berger got sent down. I need to find someone who's still like struggling, like that old league we used to play in. You got to play, but you got to not do well at all.
You gotta get your ABs, but I gotta not have you be that good. Trying to see here. I will say I don't know if I drop, but I just missed him. Salve Perez, struggling a little bit. Recently, so 90% rostered. I get he's a catcher. That's probably why he's rostered, but I would put a pin in that one. Be like, hey, let's keep an eye here. Last 30 days, he's got one dinger, so that's all he's going to really bring to you. So he needs to hit those dingers. So
yeah, I mean,
I think
he's been dealing with the hip on and off, and it's like he hasn't hit the IL, and he is. Oh, how old is he?
I was going to say that. 35.
34. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I even went short in my head and still was too high. I'm so sorry. I think in my gut, if you told me, I would have been like 38. But I'm like, no, that's too old because I always do that to him, and I still couldn't even short it enough. Damn.
Right. I feel like he's playing through it, and yeah, I bet there's probably other catchers out there. I just don't know.
Yeah.
At this point, if you were waiting on it, if you missed out on all the up and comers, so
guys. Yeah. Is there any first baseman you want to talk about that should be rostered higher?
Oh wait. Oh no, I still have first base. I'm like, have I been still talking first base technically? I'm on ESPN. It's a little bit more.
Yeah.
Out there. I was scared that when I reset my search.
Can I say Ben Rice needs to get some eyeballs drawn to him here pretty soon?
Yeah, I mean he could use some love.
50% rostered. I'm seeing across all leagues, and play some first base and a 900 OPS. Yeah, I'm just saying. We just talked about some guys who are like, "Why are you still being rostered?" And I'm like, "This guy plays. He plays in the wake of the Judge machine, so I feel like you could do worse than that."
Yeah, I if you asked me this question about the drop thing like a week ago, I probably would have been really tempted to move on from Pesquitino. I know he's usually a play discipline darling, but man, like even after like a mini run over the last like week and a half of like 4 home runs since the 26th of April, that brings his batting average up to 201 on the year. So like I knew a week ago he's really struggling, but I'm like, it's still April. It's still you're just benching him, and okay, here's some life. So he needs to send a thank you card to what? Houston, Tampa Bay, and Baltimore for getting him right.
Yeah.
But man, it's tough sledding there for a while for Vinny.
I'd still maybe not start him yet because I'm like, I mean, he's hot.
Oh, no.
Maybe start him because he's hot. But I'm like, man, you're right because I think officially as of today it's 191. Is his batting average?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, man, you got a hot start and you're back up to 191. That just shows you how bad it was to get going.
Jeez. Okay, I knew Alec Burleson wasn't doing well, but I didn't know how awful he was doing. He just hit his first 2 home runs over the last
he's
3 days.
I see him here, but he's only 30% rostered, so I was like, I wasn't gonna harp on him too much because I'm like, he's not that rostered. So
true.
So I was like, oh, okay, you're fine. So let's go. Let's hit up some. I didn't see anybody that really, other than those guys, to pick up. That it's like I'm like it's egregious that they're not.
Oh, higher rostered. I think Ben Rice was a good call. Michael Bush, he's super streaky. I mean, like on the year, he's highly rated,
Yep.
but like he's on the cold streak now.
Yep.
You know, so like again, there'll be another one. Just got to time it.
Ryan O'Hearn, Baltimore, but it's a bats really.
Super platoon.
Yep,
Yeah,
super
it's very strict.
It's not every day, so that's you're gonna live in that. So, but that's what I'm saying. He's 14% roster, should be a little higher than that. But again, you're not playing every day, so be aware of that.
Yeah. Oh, I should shout out like 15 team league. Jonathan Aranda, if he's still out there, kind of like a Ben Rice thing, like he's been hitting the ball really well. It's just unlike Ben Rice, he's on Tampa Bay, so the counting stats aren't going to be as massive. But you know, season 101 at bats. I mean, it's just like he's came out of nowhere, and so I mean, 16, almost 17% rostered on ESPN. I'm just like, that could probably be bumped up based on what he's done so far. I mean,
that can't be right. Marte has that's okay. That makes sense. Sorry, I was looking at second baseman. I was like, Marte has no home runs, but I'm like, yeah, he was hurt, so that makes sense. Sorry, I switched to second base.
okay.
Nico Horner, 86% rostered. I'm not saying it's like you're set to do one thing at steal bases. You get on base at a 320 clip, which isn't like gonna kill you, but if you're not gonna be top, what is he at right now? You're gonna be tied for like 6th in stolen bases, and that's literally all you're going to do. And you're also gonna bring a 600 OPS to the table. I don't know if 90% rostered is really on the table for you. I just, I don't. You only have 16 runs scored. Again, it's not like you're not doing crazy things. I mean, the Bryce Turang has the most runs scored for a second baseman is 28. Like you're not doing anything exceptional. The one thing you're supposed to do is score runs and steal bases, and you're not exceptional at those right now. With a 600 OPS, it's the classic. What do you do here, Bob? Like, what would you say you do here? Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, maybe dump it down. Don't like drop him because he has second base and it is valuable. But like, kind of like a Salvi Perez. But like, man, am I playing you every day? Do I have a better option here? Should I be looking for a better option? I think that conversation needs to start because I'm just like, man, I don't know what we're doing. JT, throw out some names.
Second base is tough. I mean, obviously, I'm just like, okay, who do you drop him for? But like Jonathan India, like, show me a pulse, show me a heartbeat, like show me something. Your slugging percentage is below 300, and you have 127 at bats. Like, bro,
we're talking about we're talking about Marcus Semien, 84%.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, like, you're right, because I see more people at second base. I'm like, drop that guy. But you're making up a good point. I'm like, I don't know who to pick up at this point. I'm like, man, this guy's 50% roster. Who is this? Oh my gosh! And I scroll over his stats, and I'm like, nope. Man, it's kind of a wasteland. Everybody that I'm looking at, that I'm like, yeah, I'm interested. They're like 78% rostered at least already. I'm like, I mean, do you roll with Jackson Holiday? Like he's 45% rostered, and
37% in ESPN.
There's flashes, so maybe you roll the dice with him. Maybe
he's been hitting the ball really well in the last 10 days or so
since he's Bark at the Park Day. So
Heyo.
There you go, fix it. So I'm just that's what I'm maybe rolling the dice on with some of these names. But man, GT, we gotta find more names than that. But Matt McLean, Cincinnati. 72% rostered. The dude has a sub 300 slug again. Also, JT, we're talking about it.
I saw McLean, but I'm just like, do you draw? Like, I feel like
it's what do you do?
There's not much to pick up. Like,
he's got 4 home runs, 6 stolen bases, so there is some counting stats coming with it. There's something. But man, he's batting 160, like in a batting average league. Like, you can't roll that. So. It's more of like the 72% number next to his name. It's just like really high. Altuve, 660 OPS, 98% rostered. Like, that's not great. You know what I mean? Like, Man, there's just it's kind of a wasteland out here, fellas. It's
I mean, like my only other second baseman where I'm like, okay, you could pick this guy up, so then you could just, but it's Hae-Seong Kim, like we talked about. Like
yeah.
I don't know how long he's gonna stay. I mean, like they just went through a rash of injuries. They needed some hitters. They called him up. I don't know if that's for just to the middle of May or end of May, and then where I don't know what they'll do. Because technically they've been treating him like a prospect, so I mean he's the most veteran of prospects, not like um, you know an unproven guy. I mean he's obviously a talented athlete, just had to adjust to pitching from in America, but yeah, this is a tough exercise for second base. I'm not enjoying this.
Yeah, we'll move on. I'll say Dylan Moore, 50% rostered. He just came back from IL. It's not that I love the player, but he does play every position, so he's got lots of versatility. And his biggest issue as Mariner fans is he's a solid hitter. He always has above 100 WRC plus. It's just health, and he already got hurt once. So it's just how is he on the field? And so if he's healthy, he probably won't have a 900 OPS like he has this year, but an 800 OPS is not out of the question. And he steals. He just stole a base literally an inning ago. So he's got 6 steals in the year, 6 home runs. I'm just saying, 350 on base. And we've talked about a bunch of guys who have like 90% roster and they're slinging a 600 OPS. And I'm like, I'll take Dylan Moore. Then some of these guys. If you need to sit somebody, Dylan Moore. Let's go another position. What do you want to do? What do you want to hit?
Third.
Let's
just keep going.
There we go. My computer's gonna die on me. There we go. Figured it. It figured it out. It got going there. This is looking a little better. At least higher up, it's looking a little better. We're not. I still don't know what to do with Jazz Chisholm. JT, help me out. I don't know. 90% rostered. Batting average is 180 if you're in a batting average league. OPS is 700. Not great. He hits home runs and he steals bases, but it looks like that's about it. If he doesn't get on first on a walk and steal a base or hit a home run, it's 0 for 4. Like I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he just hit the IL.
Yeah.
Oh man, oblique too. So he's gonna be out. Yeah, 4 to 6 weeks. I could see how if you're like I have a team right now where my IL spot is full, has been full, and I keep getting more guys on the IL where it's like push comes to shove. I got to pick someone, so I could see how Jazz could be on the bottom of the totem pole in terms of like, okay, I have to drop someone, I have to start someone who's getting at bats, period, and I only have like 2 IL spots or whatever it is. So I could get behind that. I just don't. I would say it'd have to be contextual to your fantasy team.
We're talking like 95% rostered, and we're talking like up here. Let's put it this way: like Jose. What I'm seeing on this thing is Devers, Guerrero, Jose Ramirez, Austin Riley, Alex Bregman, and then Jazz Chisholm. I'm like, one of these is not like the other, and I'm like, I know he's on a cover of a game, but I'm just like. Other than, like, he does 2 stats, and they're the most important stats. But like you said, an on-base, an average league, an OPS league, he's hurting you in all of those leagues. He'll get you some home runs, and he'll get you some stolen bases. But at a certain point, he's not doing enough of those 2 things to justify that high of a roster percentage, I feel like. He should be in the 80s. He should be, like, 80% exactly. Like, he should be in lower rostered leagues. I'm not saying for people who have them necessarily be on the look to drop him, but are we sure this isn't just who Jazz Chisholm is? Like a less dynamic Ellie De La Cruz? Like, is this maybe who this is? Like, he's gonna be this guy. He's gonna have a 300 on base, and when he gets on base, it's gonna be fun. But it's gonna be maybe closer to the Billy Hamilton than than what we thought he could be. Cover of a video game. I just hate to be a damper on it, but he's always hurt. And then he's always like shows flashes, but never really like you're like, it's the what if, it's the Alex Bohm, obviously more hype than that, but like, what if? I just feel like we're on year 5 of what if. I remember having a conversation with a coworker or a buddy, Andrew, shout out Andrew, 3 years ago. He's like, it was when Ty France was playing pretty well, and he's a solid player, and he's doing all these things, and he's like, yeah, but it's Jazz Chisholm, and I'm like, stop saying yeah, it's Jazz Chisholm, like. he has to become Jazz Chisholm at some point. Like, and that was 2 years ago. I'm like,
Yeah.
we're still at the conversation. I'm like, 2 years later, I'm like, when does he become Jazz Chisholm? I think this is maybe just who he is. So I think he should be like 75 to 80% rostered. He's just not a 95 to 99% roster guy. He just is not. So, let's see here. Brandon Donovan, like you said, killing it. Nice. Josh Smith, Texas, maybe should be rostered a little bit more. I just saw him play some games. 900 OPS, basically 14% rostered. I feel like should be much higher. I just realized Javi Baez is rostered in 30% of leagues. I just realized Javi Baez has an over 800 OPS.
Playing outfield.
Yeah,
I saw.
I did see his Savant is like super blue though. But anyways,
Yeah, I saw a quote from a teammate. I forget which teammate on his team, but he was like, "Yeah, we're talking to Javi in the off season in spring training, and no spring training article," and he was just like, "Don't swing at the first pitch. It's going to be in the dirt, or it's going to be way outside." It was just like the most like, "Are you serious? Like that's what you guys told him to approach?" It was like, "Yep." And on the second one, if it's anywhere near like the fringe or the shadow of it, don't swing on again. Make the umpire make the call. Because then maybe you're up 2-0, and then he's got to pitch to you, and you can hit. Just stop swinging at crap. And it was just like in spring training, they were like literally don't swing. It sounded like a little league approach.
Yeah.
Don't swing until the umpire calls strike one. And I don't know, but it's and him playing the outfield's kind of fun to watch. He's made some pretty good plays.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that the bad. I have only seen the good, the highlights. But I mean, like he was perennially a plate discipline flop. So I mean, It's just like maybe a little revival this year, maybe one last hurrah for 2025 for Javi, but I would not put many eggs in that basket. I wouldn't put any. They're too expensive.
It just was Easter. We don't need to put any more thing in that basket.
Yeah. Oh, I'll reassemble the empty eggs and put them in Javi by his basket. How about that?
Yeah, we don't want to weigh him down or anything like that. Yeah, for sure.
How do you feel about Max Muncy? Drop or is he of the echelon where you're just going to hang on and ride out?
In your league?
In ESPN, it's 26, pretty low.
I think that's probably about where he should be. So I wouldn't say like he needs to be dropped more, but if he's any more than that, I feel like that's a pretty good percentage for him. It's a definitely like you said in your league, if you have a bunch of IL spots, you need the spot, drop him. Like it's not like where you have to stash him. But if you're not super devastated for some reason, if you're one of those teams at this point, I feel like everybody's team is. It's you can hide him that way, but he shouldn't be in the 20s is where he should be. I think it's not been good. It's not been good. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah,
he should be in the 20s. Let's sling over to shortstop. Let's see. There's a lot of guys here. See, like I just see like Ellie De La Cruz. Like I was just comparing him to Jazz Chisholm. 5 home runs, 13 stolen bases, and a 350 on base. I'm like, that's just like that. That's what I want to see. Just Jazz, can you give me some? Like that's who I thought you're supposed to be.
Like, jazz it up.
Yeah,
spice it up.
I need to see a little bit more jazzy. Let's see here. I'm just trying to see. We're going live. Perdomo, you gave him a shout out the other day. That's not a bad call there, JT. I'm digging that one right now. Christian Campbell, a very, I would say, really underrated start to a season. He's right where he should be. He's 75-ish% rostered, but very not 4 home runs, 2 stolen bases, nothing crazy, but great on base, especially for a young kid. Great slug, like just that's a keeper for sure. Like really pleased with that. If people are like complaining, I would be I'll trade you for him because it's what does they say? Getting a base, just gotta get a base, and the base is real good right now. So I'm liking what I see.
What do you feel about what you see with Carlos Correa? ESPN is 43% rostered.
Let me see here. Where is Carlos Correa? 43% rostered. I am on a different site, so let me see here.
Just had a home run today. So second of the year, 3 RBIs. So that puts him up from 9 to 12 now. So a quarter of his RBIs came in today
So
for
I
the
see him
season.
across the main leagues, 38% rostered.
Mm-hmm.
It's too high. It needs to be max Muncy level. Man, it is. That's just rough. Javi Baez has triple his home runs. They're just next to each other, so I thought it was funny.
Yeah. And for me, this is much easier of a like, do it.
Yeah.
Where second base, it's tough sledding. Right here, I'm just like, oh, okay, I'm going to drop Correa. Who should I go get? Oh, Dansby Swanson, 47% rostered on that amazing Cubs lineup. Like, I know the ratios are kind of, but those counting stats, holy cow, 7 home runs, 4 stolen bases. He's only getting on base for the season, a 287 clip. Could you imagine if he and again, with Dansby, it's just like he's been hitting really well in the last week or so, but it's just like the more he's involved, the more counting stats. Like it's just he's striking out quite a bit. But
like I like Zach Neto too. 900 on BS, like 45%, like you said, 45% rostered, 5 stolen bases, 4 home runs. On base could be a little higher, but there's a lot to like. There's slugs pretty high right now. It'll probably come down, but I think the on base will come back up to kind of mitigate that. Or if you don't like that, go Mason Wynn style, 350 on base. Not a lot of slug, but he's on base, 17 runs already, like doing some stuff. So we're all talking to guys all under 50% rostered. So Carlos Correa should not be holding your feet to the fire here. Like
no, it's true. And like
other
looking at his ADP, it really wasn't like anything crazy high. I don't even know if he was in the first 15 rounds technically. Yeah, it's just like one of those big names where it's just like some of these roster percentages still haven't leveled out as much as you would think.
Yeah, man, Xander Bogaerts too should probably be less too. I think I don't want to say the hill's over, but like I think we're kind of on the down part of the roller coaster. Just a sub 700 OPS, 80% rostered, 1 home run this year as well. I just, I don't know if Boston Xander Bogaerts is coming back.
Yeah. So if he was a roller coaster, it wouldn't be like, oh my gosh, I got to get back in line. That was an amazing ride. I appreciate it. You're just like, wow, okay, that was it. Like, can we get off this ride now?
Yeah.
And I want to get on a different roller coaster.
Yeah, I think that's kind of where we're at this point. Yeah, with Bogaerts. Yeah.
Side note: have you been to the new any of the new stuff at Silverwood this last year or so?
Not.
I was gonna say I hadn't touched Silverwood since we probably went way back before kids and stuff.
Yeah.
But now the kids are a little older. We did go this last year. It was pretty fun. They got a couple new ones. Literally, like you strap in like a pilot on one, and you do like these corkscrews all over the place. And then they've got a new water park slide. You get on a raft, and then these super jets like propel you uphill.
Oh gosh!
It like the raft on the sides of it have these kind of like cups that catch the jets of water that propel you uphill, and so it was kind of legit. It was pretty fun.
Oh dang! Okay.
Screaming Eagle, I think.
Okay, let's give it.
Anyway,
I'll do that. Let's go. Because we'll probably wait till the kids. Maybe it's like 2, maybe 3. We'll probably go next year. So
right.
Yeah. Right when he turns 3. But let's go catcher. The big dumper. Obviously, why is he not 120% rostered? Let's do it. Let's see who else here. I kind of talked about me having some nerves over some Stalvey Perez, but Yander Diaz, Houston, 75% rostered. Again, it's kind of the second base thing. Like I'm all for dropping him, but I don't have anybody to pick him up with. You know what I mean? Like who?
Yeah. He started off the season super cold, and now he's over the last 2 weeks or so. It's been pretty okay. So it's just going to be that hole that he dug for you to start the season, because you were probably starting in, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, bench or drop, and you're like, yeah, who do you drop him for?
I like 24% rostered. I like Francisco Alvarez for the Mets. I think he's coming along nicely. So I think he's one to maybe look at if you got to drop somebody. But I
Yeah,
think,
Tyler Stevenson's back healthy. Just came back May 2nd, so just a couple days in, he's already got a home run under his belt.
yep. We
30% rostered.
Let me see. I had one other one that I wanted to touch on. I just lost him. Oh well, not that important then. Ryan Jeffers too. If you want to give him a shot, if he's playing, still at 800 OPS for a catcher. I just feel like with all these guys, it's like playing times. But I just feel like if we're talking like if you got to drop one of these other guys, I think those are the three. But that's it. And we're kind of grasping at straws, especially with Jeffers at the end there. You know, a 360 on base. That's fine. You know, for a catcher, like, and he's got actually 280 average, so not gonna kill you there either for a catcher. So just won't play a lot, but yeah, I'm just like those are the three names. I think that's pretty much it for catchers.
Yeah, there's some like super. If you're in like a 2 catcher 15 team league, there's some fun ones that are getting enough at bats, like a Dylan Dingler or Jonah Heim is 12% rostered. He's got 95 got 95 at bats.
Like, I think it's just the stink of Texas. like everyone's like, no, don't touch anybody. Yeah,
I would
Jonah Heim. Yep.
Jump on that if you're streaming catcher.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
Outfield. Here we go. Pete Crow Armstrong, 93% roster. What we doing? Needs to be 110. Anyways, just for the vibes, solely for the vibes.
Oh yeah.
He told one of the relief pitchers the other day he's gonna home run in his second at bat, and he made him a bet, and then he did it, and so he like did the money sign to him as he's rounding first. Yeah, that's pretty legit.
What was it, like a bloop single the other day, and he dove at it, even though he technically, but the fans loved it. You know,
there was
they were
0% catch odds I saw off the bat, and he still tried to make a dive for it. So,
and for him to even come within 10 feet was pretty impressive.
That's what someone said. They said like we almost had to change our thing because he got close. Like he got like closer than they thought. So it was just like, interesting. So, but Corbin Carroll is back, baby. That whole gif, he heard what we were doubting, and Ryan from The Office wrote it in his notepad.
He took it personal.
He's got 10 dingers already, which is funny. He's not stealing a ton of bases. He's just like, I don't need to steal a base if I just round them all. So
right.
That's what he's doing. He's got 1,000 OPS. He's like OPS, so he's just like, let's do it. All
right, I got one.
Let's see it.
I'm fully ready to drop him.
Lock and load.
Taylor Ward, 43% rostered.
There you go.
Taylor Ward's been my boy. I've always had hope for him over the last few years. And the ship sailed. I feel like he's hurt me a few too many times. He's striking out a ton, and it's just he's not doing well. So may he be with the other Angels in the outfield, but I won't be flapping my wings to hope that a guardian angel will find him. I will go elsewhere.
I will say you're on notice, but man, I say this every week. Luis Robert Jr. Those 15 stolen bases are doing a ton of lifting, my guy. My goodness, are they lifting sinking ships? Because you're hitting 188. Your on base is barely 300. Your slug is 300.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if not for those 15 stolen bases, oh man, you must steal 2 bases every time you get on base at this rate, because that is crazy. That's crazy. But he's 60% rostered, so I'm not saying it's crazy because of the stolen bases, but if you dip at that, other than that rate, it's plummet that. It's sell time. Hit the button, whatever that guy on CBS or CNBC, like boom, whatever that button is. You know what I'm talking about. It's sell. I'm getting a little nervous about Julio Rodriguez, JT. He did hit a home run tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little nervous. Just throwing it out there. He's been on base like 3 times today, so maybe he's coming out of it. But I wouldn't drop him because, again, the talent's there and he's really young still. But, man, 98% rostered. You kind of got to be superstar numbers, and 680 OPS is not it. It's not it. So We need to start seeing the turnaround sooner rather than later. I know he's a slow starter. We've talked about it before, but we're into May. Let's you don't. I don't need you to get crazy hot yet, but we need to turn it up a little bit. Not turn it down for what? Just turn it up for maybe.
Just a smidge. Get it simmering.
Yeah, get some simmer. Can I also throw out Trent Gresham for the Yankees? Not a drop. 1,000 OPS, 24% rostered, in 90 at bats.
Who would have thought? Not me.
So I'm saying should probably be a little higher than this 24. I'm just throwing it out there. If we're talking about guys we're dropping, Trent Grisham's maybe a guy we should be looking at. We seem to be talking about again the wake of the Yankees, but I just or the wake of the judge. But I mean it's a thing apparently. So all these sort of guys we kind of passed off are just judges just follow me. So, but Trent Grisham, man.
Can we coin these people that are in the aura of around the aura of judge? Are they on the jury?
I was gonna say definitely a jury jokes come, but I agree. The judge and his jury.
Grisham's like the bailiff with a really thick mustache, and then Ben Rice is like the prosecuting attorney.
And clearly, the person on trial is Cody Bellinger for some marijuana crime, like some intoxication in public. Does not know what's going on currently at the moment. But yes, absolutely. Christian Yelich too, 87% rostered, sub 700 OPS. Again, 6 home runs, 7 stolen bases. That's nice. That's going to lift you up. But man, 200 average, 300 on base, sub 400 slug. Come on, I root for you every year in this podcast. I fight for you, but making it hard. Same with Brandon Nimmo. Same thing. 75% rostered. It's outfield, man. Ryan O'Hearn. I know he's. I know he said platoon, man, but do you really need to be rocking some guys with sub, the mid 600 OPS if Ryan O'Hearn's are here at least raking when he plays? There's other options out here, people. Especially though, as the bar is so much lower with outfielders.
Right.
Or so much higher with outfielders because you could be replaced. Yep. Throw some names out, JT. We got a lot.
I'm just more finding ones. I'm like, wow, there's only that percent around. I'm finding pickups. So let me go back. I need to find some drops.
Oh, it could be drops or pickups. I'm throwing names out here. I'm just firing from the hip. Michael Harris the second. Gotta sell. 87% rostered. 560 on base or OPS. 230 on base. I don't care how fast you are. If it's the Billy Hamilton, you can't get on base. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. You got a 230 on base. It's not gonna work. It's just not gonna work. Especially 87% rostered. That's the issue I have with it. It should be in the 20s, if not the 30s. It's not 87%.
And Santander, not doing so great. Not enjoying life north of the border.
Not great, Bob. I still never seen that show, but everyone knows that GIF at least.
Right. Hit a home run today in LA. Shown a little bit of life recently over the last week and a half. Just striking out a ton. That's not a good recipe for success.
I also want to say Gavin Lux needs to be more rostered, but I can't because he's 30. I'm like, man, got a nice on base, nice OPS, but I'm like, you have 1 home run, 1 stolen base. I'm like, what are we doing with it? Are we just hitting a bunch of singles here? You're not, you have 15 RBIs. You're not hitting anybody in, and you have 14 runs. You're not scoring any runs. You're playing a good chunk of games. You have 112-ish at bats. But I'm like, you're just hitting singles and no one's scoring. That's all that's happening. Good for you, I guess. 3 for 10, 3 singles. There you go. Great.
That's what you get.
I need something else. So 30% rostered. With that OPS, it should be higher, but you're justified about 30. Man, Jonathan India. Nope. just That was really mean, Jonathan Indy. I'm just sorry. I just noped you like in just one word. So sorry. I know you mentioned him earlier, JT, but I just had to double down on the nope.
Right,
Um,
right.
that was,
God,
I was scrolling by too, so it's kind of like our equivalent of our drive by. Just drive by him. Sorry.
Yeah. Byron Buxton, he's man, he's got at least a strikeout every single game over the last 2-3 weeks. But man, he's hitting the ball well too. He's just swinging at everything. Goodness.
He's 50% rostered. I feel like with his stat line, that's basically what he should be at this point. Right?
8 home runs, 7. Oh, really? 50? Because in ESPN, he must be the low. He's 30.
Oh,
so I
yeah.
mean,
Across the board, he's 50% rostered.
Okay.
800
Yeah.
OPS, 300 on bases. It's a little low, but he's got 7 home runs, 7 stolen bases. That's pretty decent in the counting stats and stuff like that. So,
Right.
and he's only 50% rostered. I feel like he only has 5 walks. Is I reading that right? Yeah, that's correct. That's a little crazy, but the counting stats are there, and he's not killing you in anything. I don't think so. OPS plays. So, yeah, but yeah, that's who he is now. I think. Riley Green, super fun. Just saw him, but yeah, Tommy Edmonds. I don't know what they do. The Dodgers keep doing, but yeah, that's it. Let's just get to the arms, JT. Let's get to the horses. Well, let's see here. Let's get man. Let me see here.
I'd like to point out Charlie Morton, still 2.6% rostered. What are we doing, guys?
Really?
Get him out of there. Anyway, I just feel bad for the guy. At least the GM came out and was like, "This is on us. We did not set this team up for success for pitching."
Man. Let's see here. I'm trying to think.
What do you do with Sandy Alcantara?
You gotta drop him. I mean, what's he rostered in your league, or in that
52?
Yeah, it's gotta be. He won't be this bad, but at this rate, it would have to be like. It's gotta be so much less. It's gotta be in the 20s, if not. You know what I mean? It just.
Yeah.
It's gotta be less. And I was I bound my table on this podcast in the offseason for him, but it's not. That's not it. That's not it. So yeah, it just can't be. Maybe I would hold on to him in the hopes that he gets traded still. Maybe his value's a little less, and the Marlins decide to still cut bait. But that's selling really low on Sandy, though. Like I feel like if they traded him any of the previous 2 years, it would have gone a lot better. Man, yeah, I guess that's the only hope is a sell low trade, I guess. But yeah, it's got to be lower. Got to be.
Think if you're the GM, you pay the ball boy to trip him down the stairs. He's like, oh, stub toe, 15-day IL. And then, give him a breather, set him straight. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. It's just a bummer.
Yeah. I mean, it's been how many years since he pitched, right? Like.
He's had plenty of time, yeah.
Well, it's more like, what if you're just not the same guy anymore? Like there's stats, and it's usually football related, but like there's also stats that like you take like X number of years off. It's usually like 3, and it's usually for football, but like 3 for baseball, or you just lose the ability to do the thing at an elite level. There is some credence to that. So maybe he's just never going to be that guy again, or even close to it. Like maybe not this bad, but like, is he ever going to be like a serviceable pitcher? We don't know. We really don't know. He's got to show he can do it again. So, man, it is rough. It is rough out there. Let's see. I feel like these are a lot more accurate. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I'm scrolling down. I'm like, man, no. I'm like, oh, that guy's ERA is pretty high, and all these this is pretty blue. I'm like, no, he's lower than I thought. I'm like, okay. Yamamoto, dude, that's disgusting. I knew he was good, but 0.9 ERA. It's pretty good. That's pretty good. Man, I don't find anybody that I'm like, this is just outrageous. I feel like I should.
Oh, shout out. Lance McCullers Jr. He's back.
Oh, I didn't
Lance
even know
McCullers Jr. is back. We are seeing him pitch for the first time in Major League games since the World Series of 2022. It's a big deal. And he's a papa now. Last time we saw him, he was saving puppies at whatever orphanage he's super involved with. But now he's a dad. And he came out, and they were like, you know what? It's been a while. How about you face these White Sox over here? And he's like, bet.
That was basically the puppies in the major league uniform. They told to hold the bat, and then occasionally one of them just steals a bunch of bases.
Right.
For some reason. Like, why does that one keep running? How does that guy get on base? Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. Shout out. JT. Dylan Cease. What are we doing? Kind of your Sandy thing. Not as bad as Sandy. I'll give you that one, but 5.5 ERA, 1.6 WHIP, 95% rostered. What's the game plan here?
Oh, man, like with Cease, I feel like you see it there. It's not like some games are like really efficient, and he's just like he's not going deep enough to make the ratios look great.
That's what I've been noticing. Like it's 2 earned runs, and you're like, oh, that's not bad. But I'm like, it's 4 innings. It's just
And
I'm
I don't know.
Like he's got 4 innings. He's got 3 walks. I'm like, that's not terrible. I'm like, why is the whip so high then? He's given up. Is it bad BABIP? Like, is it like I see the Tampa Bay 2 weeks ago, 4.1 innings pitched, 4 walks. I'm like, that's not great, but whatever. I'm like, over a 2.5, like a 2.5 whip. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, he's just giving up hits left and right, and he only gave up 2 earned runs, so it's not like they were a bunch weren't scoring, but he sure wasn't getting them out either. So
yeah, I mean, his fastball velocity is still good. I mean, his K % is still healthy. He's walking too many.
He's striking out in decent clips still. Like,
yeah,
it's got to be some bad BABIP or something going on. I mean, he's had a couple bad starts here and there, but I feel like
375 BABIP. Yeah,
I don't know if it'll be like prime Dylan Cease, ace Cy Young type guy, but it'll get better than this.
Yeah, his swinging strike percentage pretty much normal for like 2 years ago. When he was still like he struggled that 2 years ago stretch, and then he came to San Diego. It's just like I think he's just but in that year it was a high BABIP as well. Home run's not hurting him.
Yeah, no,
he's got a low home run to fly ball.
It's just that whip was so high, so it's like it's a lot of singles and doubles, and that screams
a lot of hits.
That screams BABIP. That screams like things are blooping. Things are because if they were hard hit, they'd be scoring more runs. They'd be doubles. They'd be triples. They'd be home runs, and you'd give up. You have a whip of 2.5, and you only give up 2 runs. I'm like, how does that happen? And you have 4 walks. Like, nothing's getting screamed for a double because then like 3 runs are scoring on 1 double. Like that's not happening. So. I'm like, it's got to be that.
Look at the xERA, it's a 3.61. His FIP and his FIP is a 3.33, and then his xFIP is a 4.07. So either way, it's a lot lower than what he's earned.
Let's hold on. Even try to maybe trade for him because I think a regression is coming to the mean. He's good, like you said. The velo is not down, things like that. So I think good things are coming. Opposite of Sandy. Opposite of what we said about Sandy. Dylan Cease. We believe. We believe.
I'm surprised just at the profile and the success and the pedigree that he's kind of just a 2-pitch pitcher. Is that like are they figuring him out? Slider, 4-seamer. Of that, for this year, 83% of the time he's throwing one of those 2. It seems really high.
Yeah, there's a lot of nowadays. There's a lot of other pitchers that throw a lot of stuff, but it's one of those where like, but like he has not been in the league. He's been in the league for a while. If they're gonna figure him out, it's one of those they would have figured him out. You know what I mean?
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're not figuring him out year 8. Because that's what someone said. We're bringing it back to football. Someone's like, Russell, when he wasn't playing that well in Denver, they're like, man. Defensive coordinators figured him out. I'm like, they didn't figure him out in year 11. Like, they had a decade of film on the guy. They didn't be like, oh my God, do you think we should have just done this 8 years ago and figured him out? No. Like, at some point the player changed or, something like that. Or some light change or something like that changed. I don't think at year 8 they're like, hey, this guy might throw just a couple pitches. Like, this guy might. I mean, he's probably, that's a higher percentage than in the past, but, like, I get your point. But I think the biggest probably factor is just some bad luck this early in the season. It's a small enough sample size still where like he's never been a crazy low whip pitcher, but it's not the same way he's getting there. If that makes sense, he's not. It's the walks are less than in the past couple years, I feel like. So I'm like, he should have a lower whip, but it's gone the other way where it's really high. So I'm like, I feel like he's just getting blooped or singled to death, and that will regress. Maybe he'll walk more people, and the whip will stay where it is. But I think the ERA will come down again.
Yeah,
and he'll strike. And because the pitch count will be less, he'll be allowed to go further and strike out more people, and the strikeouts will come back.
Right.
So
right.
I think he'll be just fine. Kodai Senga too, killing it this year, killing it. Man, Sandy, I just saw Sandy again. 63% roster, JT. 63. That is
no buenos.
Scruff McGruff.
How do we feel about Bryce Miller?
He's hurt.
What? He
has back issues. I assume when Kirby comes back in a couple weeks, he will go in the IL.
Okay,
that's my stand.
Because he's just walking everyone.
He is. They've been talking in the dugout. He is going through it right now. It looks like a lower back issue. I don't know if they're waiting for Kirby to get back, who is throwing in AAA for injury update for everybody. Mm-hmm. So I assume end of the month he's pitching in the majors. But so get on that train now before it's too late. But I think he's going to go on IL when Kirby comes back. I think that's what's going to happen. They don't want to do it yet. He's kind of taking one for the team right now, I think. Because it's one of those where you can pitch, you can do it, and you're not going to hurt yourself more. But like in a healthy situation, he'd be on the IL already and resting it already. But they kind of need him to pitch, so it's one of those. You're right. It does not look good, but I think there's a reason for it. And they talk about how he's in a lot of pain, lower back. So and he's trying to work on it, work through it. Kirby comes back, he'll be IL'd, I think. And then he'll be fine after that. I don't think it's like a surgery or anything like that, but it sounds like it's just like some lower back tightness, and they're just got to let him sit for a couple weeks. So, because, I was worried too. His last start in Oakland the other day, I was like, oh, man, what do we do?
Roki Sasaki, consistent, I guess, is the compliment you could give, but it's consistently
average. Meh? Yeah.
4 strikeouts, 2 or 3 walks, earned runs,
he gets you quality
1 to 3. He's just
a pretty close to quality start.
Fringe, 5-ish innings, or it's just like
close.
I don't know. ESPN 75% rostered. I'm not sure about it.
That's closer to who do we talked about these guys a lot, like solid innings eaters. But that's all they really are. They're gonna give you guys who give you a 3.5 ERA, maybe get you quality start here and there. But that's what he's doing. He's not getting blown up. Highest earned runs is 3 in a game, but he's doing nothing sexy. 4 Ks at the most. Nothing's crazy, but he's never getting blown up. But he's not doing anything that you're like, wow, I have to roster that. So should be about closer to a 50% rostered, I think. At this point in his career, obviously we're talking about a very, very young kid, but at this point, 50% rostered.
I mean, I don't mind the consistency if this is like your initial introduction to Major League Baseball for how young he is, and on a team like that who, heck, we're saying this, he's still giving them a winning chance every single time. And if you're in a wins league, that's a huge bonus to have a Dodger pitcher.
If you go 5 2/3 innings and give up 2 runs for the Dodgers, that's gonna be a good day. That's good. You're 84 just seems high. 84 just seems high. There's no strikeouts. It's in today's baseball. There's no strikeouts.
Yeah.
It's what is he at? He's at, hold on here, I think. He's pretty close to, like, it feels like almost a walkout to a strikeout, a 1-to-1 ratio. It feels like.
I think it was like 24-20.
Yeah, or something like that.
I clicked away, but
it's close. Whatever it is. It's fine. It's you're gonna eat some strikeouts. That's just what it is. It's 24-20. So he does have more strikeouts than walks, but it's just like, that's not playing in fantasy baseball nowadays. You know what I mean? So, maybe if you got like a 7th starter where you just need somebody to eat some innings on a week. You're like, oh, it might not mean if your league has a minimum or something like that, or you're in a 15-team league. You're like, again, a 3.60 ERA, that works. I gotta get some wins. That's fine. But if you're using him in anything for other than that, no, I don't think it's coming. At least not anytime soon. Yeah, Charlie Morton, 3%. There you go. See him rostered. That's what I got, JT. We could go pitchers for a while, but I think that's pretty good. That's pretty good. We don't like to be
I'm good
negative
with that.
reviews here, but that's
I don't know. Yeah, I'm good. Like, hey, it's all Gucci.
So
All good stuff.
Well, we got a dad bod of the week, and is not a player. So shout out Yankees game, correct?
Right.
I couldn't quite tell. I had to look at it real quick because the White Sox and Yankees, depending on where they wear uniforms, got some stripes. But I'll describe it here because there's a GIF that goes with this. It looks like it's a ball thrown into the stands, right? Not like hit in the stands, like an underhand toss because of the angle it kind of comes at. But either way, ball going in the stands. Dad got the classic daughter on his shoulders. She's there with her glove. The ball's coming in. As soon as the ball comes in, girl's hands go over Dad's eyes, block him immediately. Dad catches the ball.
Does he have a drink or a hot dog? Like he's kind of trying to one-hand it too, or is it two-hander?
Hands free, if I remember correctly. Okay. But yeah, it's the perfect timing. The best part is the daughter, where it's like the ball's in air, in travel, then her hands cover the face, and he's like, you can see the dad's like, oh no, like because he knows it's coming at his body. He's like, I now can't see, and he plays it into the body, kind of gets the inner part of the glove, and he does the thing where he brings it to the chest. And he caught it. He caught it on the fly. And the daughter did not fall. Yeah, so kept the daughter up and caught the ball. So there you go. That's the dad. That's a true dad bod, true play. The only way it's more dad bod, like you said, if he has a beer or a hot dog in the other hand and one-handed it.
For sure.
The only way. But then he's going on like our Mount Rushmore of dad bods at that point if he pulls that off. So, but
honorable mention. I don't think you can talk about dad bods if you're talking about horses, but kind of interesting, I thought to note, I don't know why, but the Kentucky Derby, every single horse featured lineage of Secretariat. I thought that was pretty interesting.
I saw a what if, and everyone's like, what if, and there were sports moments, and they said, what if this happened, and it could be good or bad. And everyone's like, the what if Bo Jackson, or what if Derrick Rose didn't get hurt? And some guy goes, what if Secretariat had Edie? There'd be no Kentucky Derby. And I was like, dang. Like, there's nobody in Kentucky Derby. And I'm like, that's a good what if. Just what I've been around this year. No horses. There you go. So yeah, Secretariat.
Yeah, what if?
What if? We never know. Bo Jackson, Secretariat. They're both up there. Secretariat is single-handedly keeping the horse racing game going.
Right.
Single-handedly.
All right. Well, happy early Mother's Day out there. But yeah, he's Sean. I'm JT. You can find us on Fancy Dad Pods on the Twitters and tweet at us. Any ads or drop questions or anything like that. Otherwise, we'll see you next week. As always, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you listening. Take care, be well, and until next time, see ya.